Hey guys, Taro here. Welcome back to episode 15 of UniONE for season 1. This time it's the Japanese Grand Prix after result last time out at Singapore, which I'm not going to spoil just yet, so now's a chance to click off and watch that episode if you haven't already. I'm going to spoil the result in a minute. Okay, so after our win last time out, the higher ups at Marussia kindly went and bought us this Maserati to be our company car for the rest of the season. So now it's heading off to the airport to Japan, Suzuka, for the Japanese Grand Prix. Japan. I have a feeling it's going to be a tough race. Obviously it's our first time there, being drafted into F1 halfway through the season. And with the sweeping fast corners and the long straight into 130R, it's going to be difficult for the man, obviously being down a straight line speed with the Ferrari engine, not being up to scratch to the Renault and definitely not to the Mercedes power units, and just with the general lack of downforce and traction the Marussia lacks. So yeah, I'll do what I can, happy with points. Don't think like last time that's going to happen. And pre-race, after in the paddock after the race last time, Toto Wolff had a bit of a word with me, wasn't too keen on holding up Lewis Hamilton the way I did to take the win. But it is what it is. Move on now, time for the next race. And something else I want to point out before we get into the race is that because I'm doing this series on the PS4, I can't mod the driver names and numbers through drive transfer, so the car numbers and names will stay the same as what they on the base of what they're supposed to say, but in the commentary I'll just say who it is. So say what team I go to next season, the car number won't change to say my name or the car number. So what I will do, and what I've done for this race, is turned off driver tags to make it a bit less confusing than I said before. In the commentary I'll just say who it's meant to be. Arriving at the airport now, trying to catch our plane. Coming into this race only 7 points behind Toro Rosso, and I think the aim for this season is to try and beat Toro Rosso in the constructors standings. Heading off now in the jet, off to Suzuka. Hopefully it's a good race. Now it's time to take you through the qualifying report. It'll be Nico Rosberg taking pole, with 3 tenths from his teammate Hamilton, and Felipe Massa completes the top 3. Alonso's skills show through here, as he managed 4th on the grid, out-qualifying both of the Red Bulls of Daniel Ricciardo in 5th and Sebastian Vettel in 6th. After announcing his retirement for Formula 1 at the end of the season, earlier in the weekend, Raikkonen only lines up 7th on the grid and was over a second slower than his teammate Fernando Alonso and both of the Red Bulls as well. Perez and Vergne lined up 8th and 9th, and a water leak for Valtteri Bottas at the end of Q2 meant they couldn't their time in Q3 and will start from 10th position. HULKENBERG and Kvyat just missed out on places in Q3 and they'll start 11th and 12th for the race. Once again, Josh Taylor outperformed the Marussia to line up 13th on the grid, ahead of both the McLarens, with Magnussen in 14th and Button in 15th. On his return back to Formula 1, Esteban Gutierrez lines up 16th on the grid and outqualified his teammate Adrian Sutil, who will start 17th. Caterham not bringing any upgrades since Canada, their drivers Kobayashi and Harrison occupy the back row of the grid. Can Rosberg carry his pace advantage over from qualifying into the race, take another race victory and extend his championship lead? Let's find out. It's time for the Japanese Grand Prix. Coming now to 5 red lights, P13, Kvyat ahead of us, Magnussen just behind, and it's lights out and away we go. We get a terrible start. Magnussen's pulling alongside us now, Button's going to look to make a move as well, and he does. Button pulls to the inside. And can we outbrake him? Yes we can. Can we get past Magnussen as well? Yes, back past the two McLarens, just about. Now I'm going to go side by side with Kvyat. Just keep the nose and get the car turned. And now we're at the inside of Kvyat, it's up into P12, now we get a complete slide on, and well, we're actually taking out Kvyat there. Kvyat hit our rear tyre as we slid back into him. Bit of an unfortunate incident there, nothing really much we could do about it, just a lack of downforce on this Marussia has meant we slid across the track and Kvyat was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Fortunate to get away without a penalty there. We're carrying on now through the Degeners, catching up right to the back of HULKENBERG. Over to P12. Doesn't look like anyone's got away with damage from that incident behind, thankfully. Engine's a bit hot there, may need to look at that. See, don't overheating engine slows it down even more, and this Marussia is pretty much slow enough as it is. Now taking a look at a replay, what's happened to Kvyat? You see there we just get a complete slide on lack of rear downforce on the Marussia, and we just hit Kvyat, and it's an unfortunate incident like I said before. And now Kvyat's thankfully escaped with any damage, but he's now last. That's to fight his way back through, and that's pretty much any chance of points ruined. We see now HULKENBERG trying to make a move on Verne. Through 130R. Now let's go extremely slow. We have to go 2 wheels on the grass to try and get around HULKENBERG. And we just make it stick, and that's us now up into the points in 10th place. Now can we try and chase down Sergio Perez for 9th? Now HULKENBERG with straight line speed of that Force India is going to look to come back at us. Just looks to the inside. There's a bit of contact there with us, bit of wheel to wheel contact. We run a bit wide, but just keep it ahead of HULKENBERG and keep our 10th position. Cutting on now till the end of lap 3, we've closed right to the back of Perez. Cutting out to 130 here, are we close enough to make a move? We've got Verne just behind us, who now overtaken HULKENBERG. And a great slipstream off of Perez, actually runs out a bit wide. Actually closed loads on the brakes, much more confident than Perez. Coming into the chicane, get a great run. Now can look to make a move into turn 1 on the Mexican driver. DRS open. So it takes us all of the straight to actually catch up and pull alongside the Force India for Sergio Perez. He actually locks up, goes off track and concedes the position to us, and that's us up now into 9th place. Going to lap 4 now, looking to pull away through the S section. You see Perez already starting to fall behind, so we're actually running 5 wings I think for this race to maximise our speed through the corners and just do what we can down the straights. You see it's actually working here, so managing to pull away from Sergio Perez, but I don't think there's any chance we're catching Valtteri Bottas in front. Looking at replay, Lewis Hamilton going to make the same move on his teammate Nico Rosberg that we did on Perez, but Hamilton making it for the lead of the race. Makes an easy move, DRS open to 1st position. Now cutting onto the end of lap 4. See Rosberg's already dropped significantly behind his teammate. And actually Massa and the Red Bulls look to actually be closing slightly. So now Rosberg's going to come in for a very early pit stop. Is he doing a 2-stop? What tyres does Rosberg go on to? Rosberg's going on to the hard tyres. So is Rosberg's only stop of the race, hoping he can go to the end on that set of tyres, so he's coming for an undercut on his teammate Lewis Hamilton. Now that's going to drop me out in a load of traffic behind me, the Force Indias, Verne and the two McLarens probably as well. You'll see Rosberg will have to get through all these cars quickly if he's not to lose out even more time to his teammate. Now coming on to lap 5, put the engine down to lean. I was actually coming in for our pit stop at the end of this lap. We're coming in for a 1 and only stop onto the hard tyres now. It looks like so a load of other people as well. See there, Verne's in, HULKENBERG's in just behind. Going onto the hard tyres. Same for us as well. Now hoping to carry over the pace we had in the first stint over onto this stint and try and keep our 9th position. Is it going to come out and clean out? Wait, no, come out just behind a teammate, Max Chilton. And one of the Toro Rossos, which I guess is Kvyat, and one of the Lotuses as well. So now we're in P14, of course. A few drivers in front yet to make their pit stops. So we should still be in a net 9th position. You see slowly gaining on our teammate through the S section. We've been fast there all weekend long compared to the cars around us. So it must mean Chilton's gone for more of a straight line speed setup. You see there? That Lotus and the Toro Rosso Kvyat just pulling away slightly from Chilton through that section, just showing they've got more downforce on their cars as well than what Chilton has. Now, we're going to look to maybe into the hairpin. No, we think better of it as Chilton locks up. Obviously, because even though he is slower than us, he is our teammate and we don't want to make any contact with him. Because you never know what can happen in these races. Might be chance for points for him, you never know. Not over till he crosses the finish line. But now Chilton is definitely holding us up at this stage. So you run a bit wide there in the dirty air of Chilton. Ricardo leading the race currently, as he's not made his pit stop yet. And now coming up the straight into 130 here, see Chilton's pulling away slightly. So showing Chilton has more of a straight line speed setup on his car than we do. As we run wide again in the dirty air of Chilton. As Kvyat's got past the Lotus, of which I think it's probably Grosjean. As all three of them now come into the pits to make their stops. And we get the DRS from Chilton back up into 10th. And 9th place when we get past Magnussen. Yeah, thankfully being held up behind Chilton and the other two cars hasn't actually cost us a position. And we still retain 9th place. No one's made their pit stops. Being on now to lap 9, Hulkenberg. Just slowly reeling us in over the past few laps, and now we actually lock up, and that's going to put Hulkenberg right behind us now to challenge for our 9th position. So he just not had the pace on this stint as we had on the first stint. But now Hulkenberg's going to be right behind us now. He's coming through Spoon, hit the apex there, good bit of oversteer on the exit and slightly missed the apex. Now going straight onto 130 here, Hulkenberg's going to be closing in the slipstream, and we know the straight line speed of that Force India. So now we actually get a bit on the grass there, which isn't going to help. Hulkenberg sticks behind for the time being, we run a bit wide this time. Hulkenberg going to make a move into the final chicane, no, he sticks behind, and just waits for DRS, down the start finish straight. But now we actually pull away slightly through the chicane, but that means nothing compared to the straight line speed difference between Force India with DRS and a Marussia without DRS. So Hulkenberg pulls alongside and gets past us even before turn 1. Now we look back up the inside, but again then we run out wide and Hulkenberg has got us for 9th place with only 4 laps to go in this race. But now we've seen how much more downforce we have and how good we've been through sector 1 the entire weekend. But looking to here to stick with Hulkenberg, to be able to make a re-overtake on him. Your tyre wear starting to kick in now. See that there's so much more downforce, rear downforce than the Force India. It's able to keep us with Hulkenberg through the S section. Now coming through the Degners, we run a bit wide on Degner 2, and Hulkenberg actually pulls away slightly. Now coming into the hairpin, Hulkenberg actually locks up, which has us close right onto the back of him. With the extra downforce, the Force India Hulkenberg pulls away on the traction out of the corner. But now coming through 130 off, this time we're following right behind Hulkenberg. Now we're going to look to make a move into the chicane. Yes, we are. So much later on the brakes, so much more confidence on the brakes than Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg's able to keep it round the outside. But now we should still have DRS, and yes we do. But Hulkenberg is still able to actually go faster than us, even though we have DRS. It takes us the whole length of the straight to actually pull ahead of Hulkenberg. Yellow flag's out in front of Alonso. It's down to 8, so something must have happened to Alonso there. We get back up into 9th position, 3 laps to go in this race. Can we keep ahead of Hulkenberg now that we've got the position? Now we'll look at the replay of what happened to Fernando Alonso. Trying to make a move on the Red Bull of Daniel Ricciardo. Ricciardo holds it round the outside and just tags Alonso. Pretty much a racing incident there. Don't think that was intentional by Ricciardo. But Ricciardo carries on in 4th position. Alonso now demoted down to 8th. But thankfully had enough of a gap to us as to not get involved in this battle. Now once again Hulkenberg's going to look to make a move. Coming to 130 this time, it looks to the inside. But we brake early. Can we get the move back? Switch back? Yes we can. Hulkenberg runs out wide on the compromised line, outbrakes himself, and we just get back up into 9th position. But now, down start finish straight, Hulkenberg's once again going to have DRS to try and get back past. Here comes Hulkenberg with slipstream with DRS, pulls ahead, and this time we actually managed to make the move, dive back underneath and retake 9th position. Managed to complete the move that we failed last time. And so it's back up into 9th position on the penultimate lap of the race. Now once again Hulkenberg's going to come back at us with the slipstream. He's going to look up the inside again of 130. Oh yes he is. And once again we brake early, knowing that Hulkenberg's going to run out wide. and we retake ninth position. But now once again, Hulkenberg, down start finish straight, is going to have DRS on us once again. To try and make a move back into turn 1. I think if we can defend into turn 1, then we should be able to keep 9th place through the rest of the race. Going on now onto the final lap, put the engine up into rich mix, use all the extra fuel we got left. We're down in standard now. As we come into turn 1, actually Hulkenberg hits us wide. Try and keep it round the outside. Just understeering though, lack of downforce on this Marussia, and Hulkenberg's got us. Back for 9th place. Now can we try and stick with Hulkenberg through the S section, like we did last time? So you're closing us again. Hulkenberg actually slightly brake checks us there, trying to break our focus, break our momentum. Actually get a bit of a slide on through the exit, and that's allowed Hulkenberg to pull away slightly. Coming into Degner 1 and Degner 2 now. Actually outbrake ourselves, run a bit wide. So that Hulkenberg to pull away slightly. Now I'm going to worry about Magnussen behind us starting to catch us now as well. Now coming into the hairpin for the final time. Hulkenberg once again locks up, but we're not able to close as much as we did last time. The tyres are really starting to go off now on the final lap. Now Nico Rosberg rounds the final corner to win the 2014 Japanese Grand Prix. We've got better things to worry about than that. As now coming up to 1:30 after the final time, Hulkenberg's actually pulling away now. We've got to worry about Magnussen behind us. Possibly might think about making a move, but just looks to be a bit too far back, and Hulkenberg looks to have got us for 9th position. Coming around the chicane for the final time. Around the final corner, it's going to be 9th place for Hulkenberg. We're going to bring home another points finish for Marussia though, in 10th position. Look now at the race results, and with Rosberg stopping 1 lap earlier than his teammate Lewis Hamilton, Rosberg managed to win the race only just so by 0.3 of a second from his teammate Lewis Hamilton, and Felipe Massa maintained his 3rd position, 11.5 seconds behind. Ricciardo moves up to 4th, Bottas with a good recovery after not being able to set a time in Q3, finished 5th. Raikkonen 6th, Vettel 7th, Alonso for that spin, finishing 8th, with Hulkenberg 9th, and us finishing 10th position, bring home another solitary point for Marussia. Magnussen and Perez, disappointing for them, 11th and 12th, with Verne not really having a great showing either, and same for Button. Grosjean managed to beat Gutierrez for 15th, and Kvyat only managed to recover to 18th position after the contact with us on the first lap of the race. Taking a look now at the driver standings, and with Rosberg's win, he moves 12 points clear at the top of his table from his teammate Lewis Hamilton, and Valtteri Bottas moves up to 3rd after beating Sebastian Vettel. Despite Alonso's disappointing race result, he still holds 5th place in the championship on 130 points, with now only 5 points clear of Felipe Massa and Daniel Ricciardo in 7th. Raikkonen slowly pulling away from Nico Hulkenberg in 8th, with Button still holding 10th position on 47 points. Sergio Perez is 11th on 36 points, and we round off the top 12 on 32 points. Moving on to the constructors table, and Mercedes are now 215 points clear of now Williams. At the top of the table as Williams move 1 point ahead of Red Bull on 273 to Red Bull's 272. Ferrari falling further away in 4th position on 214 points, and Force India look to have solidified 5th on 108 points to McLaren's 80 points. Toro Rosso now only 6 points ahead of Marussia, Sauber, Caterham and Lotus remaining on the same points in 9th, 10th and 11th positions. Heading back home now to LA. 10th place at Japan. Honestly, he should have been 9th, despite the great battle with Hulkenberg. Forcing me off the track to keep the position, well, take my position actually. I wanted to finish 9th, but what can I say after what I was doing to keep Hamilton behind me back at Singapore, so it's all good really. Bring him another point for Marussia, gets 1 point closer to beating Toro Rosso, so it's all good really, I guess. So, Russian Grand Prix next time. Going to be a bit of unknown being the first race at Russia, but on the track map looks to have lots of slow speed corners, high speed corners, especially turn 3. And a few long straights as well. Going to be difficult to score points once again in Marussia, but seeing This race is difficult as well, we managed to score points. Anything's possible, let's go see what happens. Of course, no one really know the setups or anything, so could be anyone really could take the win there. But as ever, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new, remember to leave a like, comment down below your thoughts on the race, and I'll see you next time.